Hi, I'm Dan with Autoality. This week we're actually continuing our rotary polishing that we started with last week, how to control. Really, you want to get comfortable with this particular machine or any rotary for that matter. So what other things can you control? Well, if we look at this tool, we can control the speed, right? There's a speed control which is right here, so that's one of the variables that we can control. Another variable that we can control is actually the tool itself. This particular tool, very light, very ergonomic, but you know what? Sometimes there's some polishers that would weigh even twice as much as this, right? So depending on what you're using, that can be a factor, right? What pad are we using? This, if we were to look at these pads, this is a light cutting pad. The nice thing about the Rupes system, if we look here, it's a rotary wool pad. I can tell you this is the most aggressive, right? But it tells you right on the back of the pad what it is. If we were to look at our first foam pad, blue foam, it says coarse rotary, right? So it says that right there. So, and again, as we walk, we're going to see fine rotary. And then we're going to see, on the last one, ultra fine rotary. So depending on the pad that we choose, we can achieve different results, right? The next thing we want to consider is liquid. Right? So this is a rotary fine, rotary coarse. You know, what are we trying to remove? What are we trying to do? So a couple other variables as we're looking. One thing is pressure. How much pressure am I applying to this tool? When I first start, most of the time, as we showed last week, you want to get comfortable with the tool, but sometimes you may have no pressure. Other times we may have, say, a pound of pressure, maybe 5 pounds of pressure, 10 pounds of pressure, and a lot of that depends on the surface that we're working with, the defects that we have in that surface, how do we address those? Another thing is pass speed. So many times I will go into shops and I just see someone just raking, just going as fast as they possibly can. A, don't hurt yourself because you can end up with challenges physically, right? You can rotator cuff and all that kind of stuff, so you don't want to do that. Turn the speed up a little bit, maybe add a little bit more pressure, and then we're working on our pass speed. How fast or slow are we moving back and forth? Normally with cutting, our pass speed is a little slower. With polishing, our pass speed traditionally is a little higher. Just really some tips that we have. If you'd like to learn more about rotary polishing, please join us on our webinar on Thursday. We have Mr. Jason Rose, Duffy Sink, and myself. Jason and Duffy are actually with Rupes. I worked with them for many years at a previous company. Jason is one of the best in the world. So that's Thursday from noon to 1 Eastern time. Please join us. Thanks so much for listening. Hopefully some of this stuff helped you to become better or helps you in your journey. If you have any questions or need any of the products, we stock them here at Autoality. Please give us a call. We're more than happy to help you.